Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the final episode of Sistahs with a Purpose. I'm your girl, Leash.
And I'm Bree.
And our purpose for our channel is to give you a little bit of sports, a little bit of health, and also to recognize whatever is going on for the month that we're currently representing. Mm-hmm. So, Bree, we are back in Dallas. How was your flight this morning?
It was good. It's a lot of, well, by the time y'all see this, it is the big game with UT today here in Dallas. So I have been surrounded by nothing but burnt orange, which, I don't mind. I went to UT, but trying to get in and get the hell out of here before it gets crazy.
Oh, yeah. Today, so here in Dallas is the Red River Classic, Texas versus OU. Even though I do have on OU colors, I just wanted a shirt to match my shoes. I definitely hope UT can pull it off. I will be in the house because no matter who wins today, it's going to be crazy here in Dallas. So if you are trying to go to the State Fair this weekend, well, today's just not a good day. You can go tomorrow.
So the State Fair is here because they were doing like this weird announcement at the airport, like this little overhead thing, like, "Oh, welcome to Dallas State Fair." Ooh, child, I flew in the wrong damn weekend. Okay.
Yeah, the State Fair started, I think it was a couple of weeks ago because they always start the week when it's Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
So we missed it because we were in Houston for Trey's game.
Okay.
So.
All right. Maybe next year I'll participate, but no.
Yeah. As I said, I'm going to be at the house. This is the only thing I got to do today. This is the only thing I got to do today. But before we get started with our episode, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our views are growing. Our subscribers are growing. We are super proud of that. But we are going to go ahead and get into our episode today. So we're going to do things a little bit different because it is our final episode. We just kind of want to do a recap of like things the whole year. So Bree, what would you say was your favorite maybe moment of this year with our YouTube channel and podcast?
I think the most inspirational piece that we've done definitely was the alcohol awareness episode.
Okay. And we would have athletics early in the morning, and right after practice, they give you time to go shower and dress out. And we were in there just drinking, right? And so I was able to hide it and do it really well because I still had to function at school and, act like everything was okay. There were definitely some times, though, where some weird things happened, and I feel like some teachers probably should have intervened or could have done more. I'm glad I didn't get in trouble for it, but, and yeah, it just kind of progressed through there.
So did you ever get caught in high school?
So not almost kind of.
Almost kind of. I like that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start saying that. Did you cook dinner, baby? Almost kind of.
And if you don't elaborate on that, what was the almost kind of situation?
So we had like these homeroom, that we had to go through like once a week. So it wasn't like a regular class and it wasn't a regular teacher. So I don't see them all the time. So you don't really know my baseline, right? And we were in there and it's supposed to be an hour, and I dropped my pen on the ground and I went to pick it up and I fell over and I slammed my head into the desk.
Dang.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, oh, I'm okay, all right. And she was like, and I didn't know, but she called the nurse. And so when I went to my next period, the nurse called me they called me down to the office and went to the nurse and was like, teacher thought something was going on with you. So, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, everything's good. She's like, well, let me take your blood pressure. And yeah. And she was like, she's probably just being over dramatic. And then took me right back to class.
Dang. Okay, yeah.
I love that one. I think it was just very authentic, genuine, and it touched base with a lot of people. I think that still to this day is like one of our biggest episodes so far.
Yeah. I was really surprised because I know we were like trying to think about like brainstorming of like what we're gonna do this month or what are some things that we can talk about and kind of people bring awareness to you all, because that's the purpose of the channel, is that even though y'all are watching this at a later time, when we're recording, we're thinking like, okay, what is going on that month that we can bring awareness to? And I was really proud of Camille stepping out of her comfort zone.
Yes.
Even though she works in education like me, it's different talking about your personal business. I think that's the most challenging part when you do start a YouTube channel, or when you do start just in general posting on social media. That's the challenging part, because you letting people in your business.
Yeah. We've had to grow and learn to be very open this year.
Yeah, that would be, I would say that episode was the most inspiring to me too. Again, I was so proud of Camille. It was nice reconnecting with her, because like, if you didn't watch that episode, me and Camille played AAU together. I hadn't seen her, I think, since college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pre-AAU. So I hadn't seen her since college. And then for her to just share all of that was going on, I was like, man, I'm just like caught off guard. I'm like, man, I didn't even know you were going through all of that. So I'm so thankful for Camille. What would you say, Bree, what was the biggest challenge for our channel this year, being new?
I think when you overall look at podcasts, sometimes can look easy. This is not easy. No. I think one of the biggest things has been the consistency with it, knowing and keeping up with the dream of where we're trying to get to. Because sometimes it can be disappointing. Like, we put out episodes and it's like 50 views, that's it. But it just goes to show us that we do have people that are loyal. Like, no matter what, they gonna tune in, they gonna watch the episode, and then getting feedback from people. You know, like I said, we had to really open up ourselves, and sometimes the feedback ain't what we want to hear.
Yes.
But you know, I've learned to take it as a stepping stone. So I think that would be the hardest thing. I thought going into this, it was just gonna be this kind of like bumps and bruises of a new business, but this has been tough.
It definitely took me out of my comfort zone, because I think as women, or I know I can speak on this, I love to be in control. I like to, if I know I'm gonna do it, I know it's gonna be successful. That's just I don't know, maybe my parents brought me up like that, but I know if I'm touching it, it's gonna be successful. And with this, it has been a slow climb. And I'm not used to that. Anytime I've applied for a job, I've gotten it, or I've gotten an offer and I've turned it down. Even with basketball, if I accomplished like so much with that. So starting a business and then, you know, not it going the way you want it to be, it's tough. But again, like Bree said, I'm just so thankful for our loyal subscribers, our loyal family, our loyal friends that just continue to tune into us, continue to give us advice, because it's tough. And like Bree said, it's you start like watching and it's like, man, 2 views, 3 views, and everybody's so supportive. But I will say that the most supportive person will be a total stranger.
Yeah.
A total stranger. Like,
I've learned that with having this podcast, it has really put a spotlight on friendships and family. Like, you really get to see who truly supports you or not. I guess that's, for better words, the way to put it. You know, you're gonna have people in your corner, you're not.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, and as much as you post, as much as you tell people, it's tough when it's like, dang, like, I know if it was the other way around, I'd be doing like, what you need me to do? You need me to buy a shirt? You need me to tell people, like, I'm gonna tell somebody at the coffee shop, like, you need me to tell people at work, like, what is it that you do? A simple resharing, just kind of, even though it's simple to you, like, oh, I just pressed a button, it means a lot to me. Like, I know some of my friends, they'll like comment or they'll message me like, man, this is so insightful. Or even with my my close brother, he was on the episode, JT. He's like, sis, I'm gonna share. He's like, I don't know, you know, y'all, I'm sports. I'm gonna share it and bring awareness. But you know, he watches it and he gets a lot out of it too. So I'm just so thankful for that. So what would you say, Bree, what was the most hardest part that you had to learn about yourself, like working with somebody?
Ooh.
Well, hold on. Let's rewind that.
Working
not
with
just,
you?
Not just working with somebody, working with your best friend. Because I know people always say that, like, don't go into business with your friends. Like, don't go into business with your best friends because it's sometimes it doesn't turn out the way you want it. So how would you say, how is it going into business with a best friend of yours?
I can't say it's necessarily like a you and I thing. I think this year has been my year of learning to have empathy. Like I just had this conversation with one of my best friends.
Okay.
And I think I used to just be so like cut and dry with people. Like it's this way or no way. And I didn't really take the time to like hear people out and get their emotions behind it. So us being in business, I've had to learn to kind of sit still and understand where you're coming from and not understand your emotional tie to it. Like I can hear people out with business, but when it comes to like emotions, like being upset or trying to get a point across, that was my weakness. And I think a lot of it is, I blame it on the military. Sometimes we become very numb.
Yes.
Because we take our emotions out of work. It's like so much can happen. I mean, it's been times in the military you learn that you lost somebody in formation, and then it's like, all right, y'all, it's time to go to work. So naturally, you carry that over in situations where it's just like, look, I'm just trying to get the job done. Like I can't hear anything else. So I would say 34 has been the year of empathy where I'm really, really, really learning to cue into people's emotions and mental state when dealing with business. And I've had to learn to do that with you.
Yeah, so I'm thankful for that. I know I can be very emotional. I don't know who I get that from in my family, because if y'all know my mom, or family and friends that are watching, y'all know my mom. My mom is like super tough. My dad, he has a past and stuff, but I just don't know who I get that from. My mom always said, like, if you could like cry at a drop of a dime. I said, I probably can. But I am very, what is called blue. There is something at my job, and one of my friends, she's my friend, but she's also a coworker of mine. She teaches this class called Intrinsics. So if you haven't heard of Intrinsics, it's more of your, it's not a personality test. A lot of people think like it's your personality. No, your personality can change over time, but it's your temperament. So my temperament is a blue. I'm like high on blue at work and with my friends, and I take everything and my decisions on emotion. So I don't really care about like how to solve the problem. When it comes to the problem, I care about how you feel about the problem. So did I make you feel a certain way for us to solve this problem, or do you feel a certain way about me because I messed it up? I don't really care about solving it. So that, I am a blue, and I know that. So once I took that test at work and I started understanding my temperament, it really helped me when communicating with my friends. So
I have to take this test. Good job, me the link.
Yeah, and it really helps just knowing, because it talks about how you communicate with people. It talks about how you deal with stress. Like when I get stressed, I'm very closed off. I'm very reserved. I don't talk to nobody. I deal with it and I get over it. It talks about what are your values when it comes to like your friends, and then just how you communicate with others. But again, I know I'm very blue, very empathetic. So I'm proud of you, Bree, for stepping into that year of empathy, because it's tough. I don't know what your color is, but it's tough when you work with somebody that is very driven on empathy. And I know I am. So I'm thankful for that, because I was
now I'm real curious. I'm going to have to do that this weekend and find out what my color is.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll share it with you, because I think you can take the pre-assessment and it gives you like a profile. If not, I can get my friend to just get your email and share it with you.
Maybe we can share it with y'all. We'll see if there's a way we can.
Yeah, but if you do
drop the color chart or something in there.
Yeah, if you do want to take the test, it's ntrinsx.com. It's Intrinsics, so you could just take the test and go from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's something different.
All right, so who would you say? Because I know we talked about our best episode. Who was the best guest that you had on?
Probably my cousin. Because Canel was just so like, that's when we did the endometriosis episode. That was like our first one.
Yes.
And boy, did she got us through that. Because I felt like we were asking the questions, but her personality kind of brought a lot to that episode. 'Cause she's so bubbly.
Yeah.
Even though she was talking about really something emotional and traumatic of having to have a whole hysterectomy and all that other stuff. But I would probably say she was definitely the most bubbly to me, and kind of geared us and shaped us with the interview.
And he's like, you're too young for a complete hysterectomy. He goes, honestly, I think a partial hysterectomy will do.
Okay.
So I was like, well, what does all that entail? So he's explaining the process to me. He's explaining the downtime. And I'm like, this doctor actually took the time to go over everything that was wrong with my chart. Like, I was never diagnosed with some of the stuff that he was telling me. And I'm like, sitting here like, I haven't been going to the same doctor since high school, well, right after high school. And it's just like, nothing was ever told to me. This doctor, I hadn't even been seeing him 3 months. And he was like, we're going to schedule your surgery. This is what we're going to do. You got a prolapsed bladder. We're going to fix this. He's like, what else you need?
Wow.
Any and everything. I was like, well, can you?
Yeah, I think.
And then JT's always a good time. He
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate all of our guests. I will say that we are thankful for y'all because we ask you to come on and basically be vulnerable, letting people in your business. And I know that all of our guests have told Bree and I that we do a great job at making them feel comfortable. It's easy for them to come on here and share with y'all what's going on in their lives and ask them questions and bring awareness. So that's the purpose of our channel, is that we want to bring awareness to what's going on in that month, and asking people to come on, even if it's something not so positive, they still come on and just do a great job with it.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for that.
Definitely, it's going to be easier next year.
Yeah.
A lot easier with our guests. So we kind of already got a lineup. We already kind of know what to expect. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
So would you say, even though I know we're in Dallas right now, do you prefer recording in San Antonio or do you prefer recording in Dallas?
I like both. Both
Okay.
bring something different. I'm really at a draw. Like, both places are just unique and different. I think, San Antonio is always going to feel like home to me. But then Dallas just brings a different vibe every time that we don't have in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think next year I'm going to take the time to use this as my getaway weekend and actually stay. It's like, y'all, I'm recording now and I got to be back in flight in 2 hours. So I'll definitely just try to spend more time and really get the whole Dallas vibe, because I've only done it once. Yeah, and it was a good time.
For dinner. It was nice. Yep.
So
As far as me, I would say, just like, I agree with Bree. I think both locations are very unique. I want to thank Quentin. This is his location. He's been very helpful, very supportive of us, and then just giving us like feedback here and there, even though this is his spot, but he's more of just like a collaboration. Very thankful of that. And then even when we go to San Antonio, I forgot the guy's name. I think it's a couple of them.
yeah, because you have Deshaun, and then you have that's the one we met the first time. And I can't think either.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank, but we really struck like hidden gems on both ends. Like it has been truly amazing working with both of them.
Yeah.
Because both of them have been in the game for a long time. This isn't something they've been like a pop-up shop.
Yeah.
So we've got to really learn all the way around on how this business works in this year. So we got lucky.
Yeah, because I'm just thankful for the consistency. So even though me and Bree, like when we first started, we didn't really know. We were like, we wanted to look a certain way. We wanted to look a certain way, but we don't know like where we can find these looks. And we just got on Peerspace and we started researching, and then we formed, like a business relationship with someone here in Dallas and also with someone in San Antonio. And we've just been able to stay consistent with it. So I'm thankful for that because it just makes it easier for us to continue to grow for 2025.
Right.
Saying 2025 out loud just sounds crazy.
This year went by fast.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest accomplishment has been this year?
With the episode or just in general?
In general.
Starting this.
Okay.
Starting this channel, starting this podcast. I had told a lot of people that I wanted to start something like this. And Bree knew, like, you have been talking about it. I work from home in education, so talking is not hard for me. Talk all the time. Talking is not hard for me. But the hard part was like, do I want to put myself out there? Because again, on social media, you choose the parts you want to share. Even though we're recording these episodes, you still find things that opens up your insecurities. Like, ooh, I don't like the way I look, or ooh, I shouldn't have worn that, or ooh, my makeup looks terrible. Ooh, I should have put on a little bit more makeup because now I look dead. It's a little bit of, you just like, you nitpick at everything. And then when we send it off to the people who edit it, it's like, and your anxiety raises because you're like, okay, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what they're going to do. You're waiting for them to fix it and make it look pretty. And then when you get it back, you're like, I don't like the way my hips look. I don't like the way I'm sitting.
I think Chris is already used to me saying, he'll as soon as I land or I talk to him, he'll be like, so how you think the episode went? I'm like, I don't know. I ain't really feeling it. And he'd be like, you say that every goddamn episode. And I'm like, yeah, I just saying, I don't know. I don't like it. And then people will watch and be like, like your friend said, we are our hardest critics. Yeah. We really micro-examine these episodes, from the way we look to sound to I should have been turned this way. It's little stuff that y'all are like could care less about, but
y'all
we do.
not even worried about it.
Not even worried about it. Because, child, I know when we did that episode with Cortland, I crossed that leg and I had on some shorts and I said, oh, I got cellulite. That's okay. 30s is 30ing. All right. That's little stuff.
Yeah, you truly nitpick at it. And like I said, when you are posting on, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you can use filters. You know the way to like turn and to angle yourself and what have you. But with this, it's full body. So you just have to be comfortable with that. And I know some people, well, I know me, I don't, and someone asked me this, it was like, why don't you have any like full body pictures on your Instagram? And I said, I'm very like reserved. I'm very conservative. You will never see me in a super tight dress, a super low cut tee. Like sometimes my husband, he was like, you're such a grandma. And I'm like, I'm just reserved. Like that's just who I am. Now I can pop out and do some of that stuff. But as far as how some girls are, that's just not me.
It just depends on the location. For me, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, child. I'm very conservative in San Antonio. It's very small. Having kids, family, that kind of thing. Girl, put me on a girls trip where I don't know nobody. Child, you getting it all. Like I'm going to Vegas in 2 weeks. Them outfits is already planned.
Well, it's funny you say that because I did. I was able to go on a girls trip, my first girls trip with one of my friends, and it definitely kind of brought me out of my comfort zone. Like,
Because
just
you had on the real cute bathing suit, wasn't it black? Yeah, it was showing.
so just because I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't have a sister, or I don't know why I'm like that. But yeah, I'm just very reserved, conservative.
You know, we probably gonna have to put some throwback pics in there, just for fun.
Yeah.
You gotta find one of your full bodies that you was like, that's it.
I don't know. It's been a minute since like college. That's why I said I haven't been back to Florida. And speaking of Florida, I did want to just send my condolences and my thoughts and prayers to people that have been impacted by the storms. I checked on my teammates. They were fine. They just were without power.
Yeah. Georgia and the Carolinas too.
Yeah.
We're on a whole IV bag shortage right now.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know 60% of our IV bags came from North Carolina. So we're on a full shortage at the hospital. Like all of our IV bags are being pulled. We have to literally go down now to like Central Supply, and we're gonna have to have a full sheet pretty much explaining why we need this IV bag for a patient. That's how bad it is, and we don't know how quick that they're gonna do this whole turnaround. So yeah, our prayers are with y'all. It's a lot, man. It's just, it always seems like the end of the year is like a weird year of loss and just craziness going on. So you know, I'm just hoping the new year brings just new beginnings for a lot of people, and they can get through this devastation. But that towns were like underwater.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even think of that. Because I know North Carolina. I didn't know the pictures and stuff about how North Carolina, I believe it was Asheville, got impacted. And then you're saying, man, yeah. So I did just want to say that, because like I said, I do have some friends and teammates that are in Tampa. Obviously, my little brother, he is in Jacksonville, but I messaged him. He told me, I was just raining a little bit, but it always rains. I said, okay. I'm glad. Look, I'm glad you okay.
He's so nonchalant.
That's what surprises me. Like, I know people, you've been around Trey, and you know Trey, but super nonchalant, not flashy, just minds his business. It's super funny though. Like, if you've ever been around my brother, he is super funny. But yeah, he's in.
Have we ever fully said who your brother was?
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
I'm like, yeah, I think it's time. Yes, go ahead and get in. My sister was like, who? I'm like, I think, well, I don't know. I'll leave that to you.
Okay.
On whether we're going to disclose, or just Trey.
Yeah, I'll disclose it. So my brother is Trey Flowers. He plays for Jacksonville Jaguars. That's about it. I just figured you could put a Google together. I didn't think I needed to name drop it, but I'll name drop it and add a little picture in there. He's had a long football career.
Yes.
So proud of him.
Blessed.
Yeah, so proud of him. And freaking in London this weekend for 2 weeks. Like,
oh man.
So besides the storm, they were able to leave, and he'll be in London in 2 weeks. Hopefully, I don't know if has they said if there's going to be anything else. Is there any more storms? I don't really watch the
said
news.
Something else was kind of brewing, another hurricane, but I don't know if that one's going to just kind of stay out or what it's going to do. It's just, I'm starting to believe these little conspiracies with they shooting stuff in the air, child. That's just me.
They need to please send let a little bottom of it come to us, because it's in October.
Sure.
And we're getting ready to be in November, and we are still in the 80s and the 90s.
I think she meant send some air. We don't want a little bit of rain. Nah, they can have it.
I want a little bit of rain. We need some. My grass is dead.
It's about to be wintertime. Let it be dormant and die.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully around Halloween. That's when it usually gets like super cold.
That they get that cold front,
Yeah,
that little shock for Halloween, and then we warm up for a second, and then we typically like dip off and go into winter. But y'all winters is different because I don't play with snow.
It hasn't snowed here in Dallas in a minute. it will ice though. Like,
Okay.
you have to watch the news and stuff. But let's see, what else can we discuss for?
Well, November is Veterans Day, so we'll go ahead and say Happy Veterans Day to everybody that has served.
Yes.
So yeah.
So happy Veterans Day, Bree.
Thank
and
you.
And then happy Veterans Day to my husband and all my friends that are still serving in the military. I never wanted to join the military, but thank you to y'all. I don't know. I saw my grandfather was in the military, and I kind of witnessed what he was able to travel and see the world. But there was no women on our side were in the military, so I probably would have been the first. For you, did you have?
I have several family members. My grandfather retired from the Air Force as a master sergeant. I have an aunt that retired out as a lieutenant colonel.
Okay.
I have cousins and stuff that have served. So I've seen it from both sides.
Yeah.
That they went full-fledged and got to retire. I think a lot of like my generation and younger, we're not really doing the 20-year rule. We're just kind of dipping in and dipping out. But yeah, I had plenty. My mom joined. She was in for 2.5 seconds. A lot of people don't know that.
I was gonna say I never would have thought.
My mama little 5'2" stuff. Yeah, girl, they sent her to little Jackson and sent her right on back.
Jackson, Mississippi?
Oh. Caroline.
Oh.
Yeah. She was at Fort Jackson. Yep.
Okay. All right. So as far as goals for next year, how do you see our channel, or how do you see us? What are some things you're looking for next year?
I definitely am looking for growth, obviously, but I'm ready to kind of launch some merch and start kind of letting people have Sistahs with a Purpose shirts and all that other fun stuff. And then I think the interviews next year are going to be different, because we kind of got an idea for like month to month, and people are excited to come on the show. So I think those are the biggest things. I know that this is a slow growth, but we consistent.
Yeah. For 2025, I would say too, if you are interested of coming onto our channel, send me or Bria a message.
Yes.
You can DM our Sistahs _with_a_purpose on Instagram. Cause we just usually ask like family or friends, but if you are a subscriber and you're local, either to Dallas or San Antonio, and you're interested, please let us know, because we're open to having you come on. Now, I will say it's your first time can be a little nervous, but me and Bree do a good job of making you feel comfortable, because there's cameras everywhere, there's lights, there's different things, but it's truly just a conversation with your girlfriends, or conversation with two girls, because we're truly interested and thankful for you sharing. Because could we come on here and talk about it? Yeah, we could, but yeah. So as far as for 2025, I'm looking forward to just being a little bit more organized. I think this year was definitely an exposure year for us, because we were trying different things. Some, like, we were going back and forth, and some episodes we were doing at home, but we weren't really like, it just wasn't, we weren't really prepared to do them, because we were like, well, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to do this? But I can honestly say, like, we've grown these last like 6 months of just being more comfortable. And when I say more comfortable, that means the editing is a lot easier, because we're not having to cut that out. What are we saying there? Cut that out. Like, the editing it's a lot more smoother.
Right.
So for 2025, I'm just looking for more consistency with that. And then, like you said, our guests too.
Yeah.
Because that's what's most fun for us, because we and Bree, we talk all the time, but when we can have a guest on and just kind of have them share their experiences, learn something, that's more insightful for us. So Bree, since you already talked about the merch, go ahead and share what we're going to be doing with the merch. Since this is our final episode, y'all.
So we will be doing a giveaway for our YouTube subscribers. So Alicia's going to be kind of doing like a wonderful spin wheel that will pick one of our loyal subscribers. I think we're 69 last time I checked.
Yeah.
And it will come with a shirt and a tumbler, so a little combo deal. And so we just really, really want to thank you guys, like I said, for just being loyal with us, sticking with us from the beginning of this year. Trials and tribulations. Sometimes we get it right. Sometimes we get it really wrong. And that's something that we just really, really hope to take into 2025. I think even being more consistent with our guests that come on and making sure they get a shirt and stuff like that. If you are interested in a shirt or a cup, just reach out and let us know. We'll definitely try to get that to you as well. But we're definitely looking forward to our giveaway. So are we going to do one today?
Nah, I think just promoting it today. Yeah,
Okay.
because we still are, like I said, we're still trying to grow our channel. Even though we're thankful of the subscribers we do have, we're still trying to get those up. Our goal for this year was 100. And I know 100 might seem like not a lot to you, but
And easy, and it's not.
100 that's a lot. I don't even think I talk to 100 people. I might have more than 100 contacts in my phone, but I'm not talking to them all the time.
Right.
My circle's very knit and close. I know who I talk to every day. I know the friends I can go to and family. So to get just 100, basically, let's say 75, because 10 or 25 of those are probably family and friends.
Right.
So to get 75 strangers just to commit and subscribe to your channel, that's tough. So we're wanting to get 100, and that's our goal. So
Help us out between now and December. Let us reach our goal. But what is your goal for next year? Your personal goal?
For the episode, not for the episode, for the channel, or would you say for just personally?
Just personally.
Further my career, do something different.
Okay.
I've been working from home for a while. I need to start taking advantage of the time that I have, the free time.
Okay.
I'm not a parent yet, so I do have a lot of extra time as well. So just stepping out and trying something new. I've already done that this year, but this was more personal.
Okay.
I want to do something more career-based, just a little bit different, or to further my career.
So maybe going back to school.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've already been looking at getting my master's.
Okay.
So we shall see. I haven't been to school in over like 10, 11 years in college. And I don't know, I hate writing papers. I do. Because in corporate America, they teach you like straight to the point. You don't need to write out stuff like good morning, body of the email, the request, and that's it. But when you're writing these papers, there's a certain word count, there's a certain page count, research, all of that. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, APA is killing me.
yeah, it's like, do I want to commit to that? But I have to look at it, the long-term goal, because like 2 years can go by like that. Because this year went by so fast. We are already on our 10th and final episode, and I'm just like, man, I remember when we first went to San Antonio, both of our husbands was there, and they were like super supportive. Now they just, oh, you going to record? I see you later. Bye.
See you when you get back.
Let me know when you make it. I'm gonna check your location. I'm just like, well, damn, what happened to the sport? But no, it's just. That's one of my goals. What would you say is your goal for next year?
Hopefully business is done. So since the last episode, because we kind of went back with our home health company, like we had some stuff get kicked back, but we're back in like the final underwriting. So I'm just waiting on one signature. And then this morning, like I opened up my email and the edits came back for the book.
Ooh,
so I'm
okay.
super excited. So by the time this airs, the announcement will be out, but I'm writing a children's book.
Congratulations.
It is based off my son who has autism, so Carson, and it's called Carson, What Do You See? So I'm super excited because I got the illustration stuff back.
Yeah.
So I get to see it.
I can't wait to see it neither. She's already shared it with my husband and and I was like, man, this is so inspiring.
I was trying not to cry on the plane because the edits, like it looks like him.
Really?
Like his characters do look like him.
I can't wait to
so
see
I'm
it.
excited.
Yeah, so we'll have to make sure we include that in here so y'all can maybe order the book or pre-order it. I shared it with a coworker of mine, not the book, but I just told her, I was like, hey, my co-host for our channel and our podcast, I was like, she wrote a children's book about her child having autism because her son has autism as well. So I just was like, she was like, oh, I would love to get it, and that kind of inspired her.
But yeah, next year is just it's just business. And the biggest thing for me though, outside of it, is I'm going to take a step back and slow down.
Praise God.
I have realized how unhealthy it is. I have been in full-thread counseling every week now. And my counselor's like, you cannot continue to do this. I'm functioning like off 3 hours of sleep. And so this year I did go hard in the paint with really trying to set myself up on my 5-year plan. And then I had been in school for like almost 2 years. So this year I selfishly was like, I'm traveling, I'm doing stuff for me, I'm booked and busy. Next year it's just gonna be, I gotta take a step back, spending more time with the kids, being at home. I finished, so I'm also 6 classes, 6 months out from graduating again. So I'm excited.
Like we just went to your graduation.
And I'm walking. If in case anybody wanted to know, I'm walking. I'm walking the stage again. Now y'all don't have to be there, but for me personally, considering that so let's go all the way back. I went to UT. Unfortunately, I was sexually assaulted. A lot of people don't know. Me Too movement did not exist. It was kind of your word against theirs. So for some, you can call it a college dropout. For me, I kind of feel like I was robbed of that experience. So going back to school, graduating, every graduation is big for me because I just, I didn't see myself being here. Like I packed up my stuff mid-semester, took all Fs, and took a year off, and then joined the military. And now here I am, years later, about to have a bachelor's degree, and then hopefully starting my master's next year. So I'm telling y'all, anything is possible. Like He'll find a way to turn it all the way back around.
Yeah, no, and walking the stage is a big deal.
It is.
I don't see that being, like, I don't know why people don't want to walk the stage.
Because some people don't. It's kind of taboo. Like, people will do, like, their RN, but the BSN is kind of like, so they won't.
Oh,
they
okay.
They won't really walk. Most people will skip their BSN and walk their master's and their doctorate. But I'm like, nah, I'm about to be there for mine. Child.
Anytime I can walk, I'm walking.
I'm walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's amazing, Bree. Thank you for. I didn't know that. I didn't know what you just shared right now. I didn't know any of that.
I shared. So when I graduated from RN school, I kind of made a post. A lot of people didn't know. I kind of made a post about it, but that's why I left UT.
No, I thought it was because of the military. Because I thought you were like, because when you join the military, it pays more. So I was like,
It does. So,
I was like, maybe she made a decision to
no,
to have the military pay for her school.
So that happened. I came back. I was home for about a year. My mom, my mom is like my biggest cheerleader. She's my best friend.
Yeah.
My mom was like, you cannot let this keep you stagnant. You gotta. What are you gonna do? And she was like, it's either you going back to school or the option is the military. And so I, at that time, was like, there's nothing here in San Antonio for me. I want a career. This is the best thing for me. And I went in the military, and I never looked back. My first time back in Austin from 2009 when I left UT, my first time actually being in Austin and staying in Austin, not just traveling through it, was for Janet Jackson's concert last year. You could not pay me to go on. It was just too traumatizing for me. So I finally faced my fear and was in Austin last year.
Okay.
And then I did a little quick girls like overnight this year. Yeah. So,
I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm facing it little by little.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you, Bree.
Thank you.
And congrats. So you said in 6 months.
In 6 months, I'm done. I'm done.
See, that's what I'll be ready for. I starting stuff. I'll be just ready for the finishing product.
I don't see the finish line. I'm like, when I get to that last class, maybe right now I'm just like, this shit's taking forever. I'm getting there. Slowly.
All right. So as we wrap up our final episode of Sistahs with a Purpose, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be on the lookout. We will be posting the giveaways in a couple of weeks, or just, I don't know. We're still trying to think about it, so that you still have a chance to become a subscriber, so you can be entered into the giveaway.
Yep.
But we will be kind of just doing like a live with those, and when we do post them, we will need your information, because for some of y'all subscriber names are not your government names, or not even a name for me to be like, I don't even
know who this is.
And then you don't have a picture neither. Or if you do have a picture, it's just like of an animal, or it's an emoji. So I'm just like, what the hell? So if you can, we will put the subscriber name on there. Don't go and try to change your subscriber name to the winner. I'll take a screenshot of it. I'll know who it is. And then you'll just need to get in contact with Bree and I, so we can ship you your merch. And then 2, when we do ship it to you, we will ask that if you could like maybe post a video, or like do like a TikTok or something, just to kind of continue to promote our YouTube channel.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
All right. So as we conclude our episode, we do want to thank all of our loyal fans and subscribers. Not really, well, I guess we can say fans, but loyal subscribers, people that just tune in to us. The shout out to all the strangers, because y'all don't even know us. Bree brought up a good point. I was saying like my brother, I would say my mom, like I wasn't trying to name drop, but I had to name drop, because you probably like, well, who is she? I didn't know people didn't know.
I didn't muscle memory think about it either until we dropped this last episode, and it was brought to my attention. We were talking about Deion Sanders, but we didn't say Deion Sanders. And they was my sister was like, who the hell are y'all talking about? Call her, because she's so oblivious to sports.
Yeah.
And she was like, y'all gotta start, like, and then she was like, and who's Trey? And I'm like, oh my God, like, it's her brother. She's like, I don't know. So we would do better, y'all, at saying a last name, but putting the picture, we just, in our minds, we're best friends. We talk like we're best friends on here. So we just assume that y'all know. And
Facts,
we know y'all don't.
I don't know who in America don't know Deion is the coach of Colorado, but
I had to shock her when she saw the picture. She was like, "Oh, that's who that is." Yeah, my sister. Yeah, I got the blonde in my hair, but she's like truly.
It's okay. I'm just like, everybody know. Like, it's just like, people might not know Shannon Sharp. I'm like, everybody know Deion.
But before we conclude, let me give you your flowers, baby. You ate with that edit. Especially with the Kendrick Lamar drop, like
that was husband's idea, because he is a big Kendrick fan. But no, he was like
the perfect clip. The perfect clip. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, that's because y'all have not went and watched episode 9. But go watch.
Yeah, and if you need the timestamp,
or is it 8?
It's like
8.
I think it's 8.
It's 8, yeah.
Yeah, I changed the title to it on there. It's the breast cancer awareness episode, but it's at like the 14-minute mark. That's when, because it was like just so dramatic, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's perfect." So, that's another thing I guess I can say I'm proud of. Not to take away from our editing that has been done for the episodes, but I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do this. It's something new. It's pretty interesting, but geez, when I want to just apologize in advance to the people who have edited our videos, because I see how much time it takes. I would never want to do that for anybody else's videos. I don't know, like photographers and videographers, kudos to y'all because it takes so much time. And I was getting so frustrated, but I just stayed consistent with it because I had a lot of free time. So thank you for that, Bree.
Yes.
All right, so we will go ahead and wrap up our episode. And again, before we end, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And leave us any comments, some things that you might want to hear from us next year. We are open to it. Again, we're going to take these next couple of weeks off to prepare for the new year. So you will not see us until, as far as an episode, you won't see us till 2025. But we will post maybe on Facebook and Instagram the winner of the merch that we're going to be giving away. So,
All right. So
until
happy
next time,
holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye.
Bye.